Hey Carol, so I literally just recorded your video. Well, I thought I recorded it. I was actually, I took a picture of myself and I heard it go click, so I figured it was recording at that time. So I already went through your workout. Anyways, I'll go through it again. So today's workout, it's a little bit different than what I had you do in the past. Well, not in the past, but as of last week. Last week I had you doing exercises for repetitions, and you did 3 or 4 sets. I can't remember off the top of my head. This week I actually have you doing a circuit. So you've done a few circuits in the past, but you haven't quite done this type, meaning you're going to incorporate resistance bands, body weight exercises, and instead of doing just a few sets, I have you doing 4 sets of everything. So the way that a circuit really works, which I'm sure you're aware of, I just want to make sure, it's, you're going to do, I have you doing 3 circuits, but you're not going to move on from circuit 1 to circuit 2 until you've done 4 sets of circuit 1. And same for circuit 2. So after you finish circuit 2, you won't move on to circuit 3 until you've done 4 sets of that circuit. After circuit 3, I just have you doing a cool down exercise. You can do yoga, you can go for a walk. You don't just want to completely stop exercising after you finish your main workout. You just want to cool down properly, and stretching's going to help relieve some soreness, as well as help your sciatica. So I know last week you were telling me that you were having some issues with some of the warm-up exercises as well as some of the main exercises. So what I have changed up, I've changed up your warm-up just a little bit. It's arm circles, crossed ankle fold, and seated pigeon. I know you're familiar with those. You've done them plenty of times. One thing I do want to point out is when you're doing this circuit, it's really more important that you are confident and comfortable doing the exercise versus just trying to do as many as you can in a set amount of time. So with that said, I'd rather you go slow and really focus on your form, make sure you're doing the exercise properly, than trying to bust out a ton of repetitions. Again, form is way more important than repetition. And once you get more confident with these exercises, by all means, go through it as quickly as you want to. If you want to go longer, right now I have you doing 45 seconds per exercise. But if you want to go longer than that, by all means, challenge yourself. That's really what this is for. It's for you to get out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself. If this is too easy for you, I want to know those things. I'm also going to ask you a few questions in the email. They're different than what I asked you last week. Those questions were just to make sure that you could access video, you could play it. I didn't forget to turn the microphone on or something crazy like that. The questions I'm going to ask you, they're the typical questions that I've asked you when we were meeting face to face. How are you feeling, and that sort of thing. But I'll attach that somewhere in the email. I'm also going to attach another screenshot of your workout. That's what it's going to look like. And again, this is the RPE scale that I have. I hope you can see that. I can't see it from my camera because it's so bright out here. Anyway, this is your RPE scale. Remember when I've asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was that exercise? If you want to provide me that sort of feedback, I would really like that. It helps me create you better workouts in the future. So your first circuit are planks and mountain climbers. So I'm going to move the camera down just a little bit so you can see me. I'm on a towel and my pants. So there's multiple variations of a plank. You can do the elbow plank, which is this right here. You can do I don't know what you want to call this type plank, a full plank maybe, I don't know. This one right here, you're holding it. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, you start at the elbow and then push yourself back up. Back to the elbow, push yourself back up. And you do that for a total of 45 seconds. Again, if you just want to hang on and do the elbow plank, by all means go for that. But if you want to challenge yourself, there's a challenge exercise for you. So your next exercise is mountain climbers. So you're gonna get back in this position here, and all you're gonna do, you're gonna bring one leg up at a time, just like this. So this is a pretty slow pace right here. If you really wanna get that heart pumping, you're doing about this speed here. And all I'm doing, I'm tapping my toe once I bring it up and pulling it back. And you're gonna do that for 45 seconds for 4 sets. So I lowered your plank time to 45 seconds only because I'm having you do a circuit. I know you can hold it for much longer than that, and if you want to, by all means go for it. But you may find that that's kind of challenging, mixing that in with mountain climbers. So once you've done 4 sets of that at 45 seconds each, you're gonna move on to circuit 2. So circuit 2, sorry, I gotta move the camera. Goodness gracious, the wind just wants to blow my stuff away. Okay, so circuit 2 begins with a standing bicep cable curl, or curl with a band rather. You told me you had some bands like this or some other type of rubber band. All I want you to do, goodness, the wind just wants to change direction on me. Hopefully that doesn't fall. Anyways, you can stand on these with both feet if you want to, and you can curl, alternating. You can do them one at a time, or you can do them together. You're going to do that for 45 seconds. It really is just preference. I'm going to turn the camera away from the wind. Hopefully you could hear me. Your next exercise, it's a wood chopper. So I don't have a door for me to attach this to, but it's easier if you attach half of the band behind the door and the other half on the front side of the door, and then you're going to close the door completely, so only this half is showing. And if this is the only half showing from the door, pretend it's still hanging up. All I want you to do, keep those arms straight, and then from the waist up, it's going to twist, and right back up, twist. So what you don't want to do, you don't want to bend those arms like this. The goal is to twist the torso. So bring that band over to the side. It's kind of like doing a Russian twist in a way, but you're standing. So your next exercise is a split squat. I really hate that the wind's blowing so hard all of a sudden. Kind of messing up our video. All right. So, well, now the sun is in my way. All right, we're gonna try it right here. So, what you're gonna do for your split squat, you're gonna stand with your feet together, and then what I want you to do, I want you to take, so your normal walking stance, if this is the width of your walking stance, I want you to double that. So I want you to step out twice as far. Now from here, both of my toes are pointed forward. This back heel, it's actually off the ground. So I'm on my back toes, or I'm on my back foot on my toes. I don't have back toes. Anyways, from here, you're just gonna go straight down. I like to keep my hands out in front of me. If you'd rather keep them to your side, you can do that. What you don't want to do is you don't want to push off with your hands. That's cheating, and it's also probably not the best thing for your legs. So you're just going to do this. So know if you're doing it incorrectly. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can see. If you don't step out far enough, let's say you just step out to here. Well, now when I go to do my split squat, this back leg is almost at the front part of my shoe, just putting a lot of pressure on this back knee. This right here is beyond my toes at this point, so that's putting a lot of pressure on my front knee. If you find that there's a lot of pressure on your knees, you should probably step out just a little bit further. So after that, your second exercise for your third circuit, it's called a knee to chest. And I don't know if that is actually the correct name for the exercise, but it's what I call it. Some other people may call it like a Frogger or something like that. But the exercise itself is pretty simple. You can do this on the ground, which is what I'm doing it on, or you can do this on the edge of a bed, the edge of a chair, if you don't want to get on the floor. And it's similar to like your Russian twist in the sense that you're keeping those legs up just like this. But instead of twisting to the side, all I want you to do is bring your knees to your chest. So you can keep your hands flat on the floor, or you can hold them up. If you keep them flat on the floor, it doesn't matter. Bring your knees to your chest, straight back out. Knees to the chest, out. Knees to the chest, out. You can also do this. Another version of this exercise is you start out in the middle, go out, and then you kind of twist your legs to one side, bring them up, out, twist them to another side, out, back in the middle. Side, side, middle. Side, side, middle. So, again, like I said, this is a circuit. So the way that you want to complete this is before you really take a break, go ahead and complete one whole circuit. So 4 rounds of circuit 1. Then take you a little break, catch your breath, get some water, and then go on to circuit 2. Complete all of circuit 2, take a break, get some water, move on to circuit 3, and so on. Now after circuit 3, that's where you get into your cool down. Your cool down should last somewhere between, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes of nice, slow, controlled, static stretching, yoga. You can go for a walk. Anything that just kind of gradually bring that heart rate back down. You don't want to just completely stop. Some people get lightheaded. Blood circulation's pretty poor if you just completely stop, and that sort of thing. Plus the stretching will help with sciatica, soreness. There's all sorts of benefits to it. So if you have any questions though, Carol, just reach out to me. You have my phone. You can text me, call me. You have my email, so you can email me as well. And again, somewhere in this email, I'm going to attach a screenshot of your workout so you know exactly what goes with what and in what order. I did go in the same order as the workout, but it's always good to have a little visual. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm going to attach a couple questions as well, so if you don't mind answering those for me. But other than that, hope you have a great workout, Carol. Talk to you later.